Okay. Hi. I am Izzy, and this is something I've wanted to do for a while, and now I have the balls to do so. Because I need to start doing things a bit more. So hi. Like I said, I'm Izzy. I'm 18. I'm from Britain. I am female. I use any pronouns though. I don't really mind if my birthday's in June. I'm a Gemini. And I think it's really nicely spaced out because you have the beginning of the year and then you kind of got like Easter halfway through, so that means that you get a shit ton of chocolate, and then it's my birthday in the middle and you have a shit ton of chocolate. And then you've kind of got like iffy bits of it that's like kind of filled with friends' birthdays, so you go to parties and you get a shit ton of chocolate. And then you have December, which is Christmas, and you get a shit ton of chocolate. So honestly, I think I'm winning with like the yearly spread of things, which is really nice. My favourite colour is purple, or red, or orange, or brown. I like a lot of colours actually. I don't really think I have like a favourite one, but that's fine. My favourite animal is cats or raccoons. I have a pet cat. She is sat right behind the camera. She's looking all cutesy, bless her. She is trying to sleep. I'm probably keeping her awake. Poor little thing. Oh, and I was going to show this. I've got a little raccoon. I forgot what I've named him already. I named him at TikTok Live. Yeah. I got this for my 18th birthday. I love him. And yeah, my favourite food at the moment is probably takeaway pizza, and I have ham and pineapple on it. And like, fight me all you want, pineapple is great on pizza. I don't give a fuck. And my favourite drink at the moment is probably the smoothies that I make, where I have 3 strawberries, a banana, some oats. I don't measure it, I just chuck some oats in there, some honey, once again no measurements, and just like a bit of milk to make it a bit less stiff. That's good. I like smoothies at the moment. I feel all like healthy and shit, which is really nice. My favourite songs at the moment are I Can Hardly Make You Mine by Colts, which is on the album called Static, which I love. It's amazing. I've listened to it recently because obviously Always Forever was on TikTok quite a lot, so I thought, oh, I'll listen to the whole album. Turns out the album, amazing. Loved it. Never looked back. Listened to it. You Can't Say No Forever by Lacrosse, which is something I just kind of stumbled upon, but it's really nice and I like it. It's just like a little upbeat tune. I'll probably do a cover of it at some point. My Favourite Dress by The Wedding Present, which is something my dad told me to listen to for years, that album, George Best Plus by The Wedding Present. And I hadn't listened to it for ages and ages. I put it off, and I heard him listen to it while I was in the room, and I thought, oh, that was really good, but I never actually listened to it. But I did it now, and it's a great album, and it's a nice little, it's a pick-me-up album, I think. It's a nice little, feeling good. Live Fast, Die Old by Frank Tanner, off the Poetry of the Deed album. Always one of my favourites, which is such like a fuck you, keep on going, grrr album, and that makes me really happy. I love that song. Oh my god, it's such a good, and it's the intro to the album as well. It's a really good intro. It's like it gets you sorted for the rest of the album. Blood Under the Bridge by Frightened Rabbits. Now, the album Painting of a Panic Attack, the most beautifully written, gorgeous album in the world. I found it on record in a charity shop in Oxford, and it was on sale. Oh wait, no, was it a charity shop? It might have just been a record store. Can't quite remember, but it was on sale. It was originally like nearly £30 and I found it for £9. So thank you, Oxford. Thank you, Oxford, very much. It's one of my favourite albums. Painting of a Panic Attack by Frightened Rabbit. It's gorgeous. My favourite artists are probably Frank Turner or The Wedding Present. Frank Turner's kind of always been a constant throughout my life, where The Wedding Present have been quite recent. But I also enjoy listening to artists like Mitski. I love her, she's amazing. I'm getting into Charlie XCX at the moment, which is surprising, I'm gonna be honest. As you can see on my wall, I've got like Deftones and I've got the Libertines there and TV Girl. Alex G as well. I've got Trick and what's the other one? Rocket on vinyl, which I thought was like amazing. They were really good finds. And yeah, that's kind of my music at the moment. I've always been really quite connected to music. I used to demand that my parents play the right CDs in the car before obviously we could, like, you know, plug your phones in and whatnot. And I started learning guitar at about 8 years old, something like that. I don't know, 7 or 8. Yeah, 7 or 8 years old. Although I probably haven't gotten much better in the 10 years that I've been playing. It's something that I've always really enjoyed. I actually released an EP about 4 years ago, something like that. And I spent ages writing these 5 songs, and I made them really personal, although they weren't written the best, and I only had a guitar and I didn't have anything to record on properly. But I really enjoyed that for the time. It was really nice. It was something to keep you occupied, that's for sure. And I actually posted it here on this channel years ago, but it never really went anywhere, and that's okay. And to be fair, I didn't really expect it to. At the time I kind of thought that I'd really go in with music. I was doing it for GCSE, but I've now found myself without music in my education, but it's quite nice. It's nice. I don't think I could do it as a job. It's nice enough to have it as a hobby. So yeah, I will probably be posting a lot of covers on here because it's something that I'm comfortable with, and just while I'm trying to find my feet on what I'm doing with this channel, I think that's something quite fun to do because I love sharing music. I used to do open mic nights and stuff like that. I still go to like karaoke nights and whatnot, so that's fun. I'm currently reading Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier, and oh, it's absolutely amazing. I bought it at the Jamaica Inn well, it's just outside of Cornwall, or it's in Cornwall. It's on the skirts of Cornwall. It's down south somewhere. I never knew the exact location, but it's this old pub and inn that used to be used for smuggling or whatnot, and pirates and whatnot. I did try reading The Virgin Suicides. That was the one I tried reading before this book, and I tell you, I never ever put down the book halfway through, but I just couldn't do it. I just, like, I got about halfway through and the plot hadn't really progressed all that much, and I just thought, oh, what's going on here? And I'll give it another go at some point. I absolutely will, because it was really nicely written, but my brain just wasn't quite comprehending what was going on with it. So that'll be one for another day, I think. My favourite book, probably The Book Thief. I'm gonna be honest. It's a classic. It's just so damn beautiful. It's by Marcus Suzak, I believe. I think that's how you say it. I'll probably put it down below or something. I need something to fill out the description. And that is a book that always brings me to tears. No matter how many times I read it. It was one of the first big books that I'd ever read. And it's about, I think it's around 400 pages, either a bit below or a bit above. I can't quite remember. And I finished it at my grand's house, and I was just sat on the sofa reading this book, and I was like, no, and I won't spoil it at all, but it makes me cry every single time I read it. No matter how many times I read it, it makes me cry. My favourite movies, at the moment for either plot or aesthetic is Moana 2. Even though it's not like properly out yet, I watched it at the cinema. I sobbed. I'm a very emotional person, don't get me wrong. I'm incredibly emotional. But I sobbed at Moana 2. It was just so beautifully animated. I really like Perks of Being a Wallflower. That's a really good one that my friend got me into. He made me read the book as well. And he's gonna hate me for saying this, but I can't quite tell whether I prefer the book or the movie. Even though it is amazingly written, I really like how the film visualised it. I really like how it looks. I like the aesthetic of it. I like how it portrays a lot of emotions. I think it's amazing. And it just screams youth. I mean, I'm not, obviously that's very, very American youth. I'm not American, but you can get the sense of freedom and youth from it, which I think is absolutely, I love that sort of thing. Absolutely love it. I really like the film Interstellar. I love space. I love space. It's amazing. I've got the little thing up there. And that's just such a beautiful film. Absolutely beautiful. Once again, makes me cry. Oh god, there's a really big theme here without films that make me cry. Oh well. I'll have my letterboxed linked below probably. If not that I review things often, unless it's really bad. You will see how many stars things get though. I like how it ends, which is a bit more of an indie darling of films. I think it was filmed during lockdown, and it's got Zoe Lister-Jones in it, and another Lister-Jones person. And I really like that. My dad showed it to me years ago, and it's trying to just become a comfort ever since. There isn't a lot that happens in the film, and it's not shot amazingly, and the acting frankly is a bit shit, but I just think that it's really nice. I think it's just like a little feel-good one, and the ending's a bit confusing, and I quite like that. It doesn't come to like a round conclusion really, but it's got a good meaning, and I like that a lot. Another film I like is Juno, mostly because of the soundtrack. I'm a big fan of Kimmy Dawson. I've got the Moldy Peaches on vinyl. I absolutely love Kimmy Dawson. The song Underground is really nice. That's gotten me through some wild crap. And just the film in general. Oh, Michael Cera with his effort about Sarah V. I don't think I need to say much more. And finally, Fallen Angels, the film, which I've already seen once. I saw it in the cinema and I really enjoyed it. I'm really confused by it, but I love the aesthetic of it. I love the plot lines. I love what's going on. I'm so confused, but I love it. And I really want to rewatch it because it was amazing. So yeah, that's kind of the general get to know me segment of this. So at the moment I'm in my gap year. I finished my A-levels. I had English literature, I got a C, and photography and art I got B's, if I remember right. Yeah, I think that's right. Sounds about right. So yeah, I'm in my gap year. Now I'm kind of just, I'm filling my days, I'm playing guitar more. I've started doing a online course in women's studies. And if I write like a good essay or something, I'll probably share it on here, I don't know. I've started baking things more, which is really fun. I've made a lot of banana bread. Oh my god, I've made a disturbing amount of banana bread. The first time I made banana bread, I ate the whole tray in under 24 hours. I've got a weird obsession with banana bread. And yeah, I've started little projects like learning how to use clay a bit more, and I've started making like beads for my window, and I made like a little orange garland, which I'll probably show you if I do like some sort of room tour, because I've got I don't know, I've got a lot of cool stuff that I can show off or something. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing, but that's okay. I'm just kind of figuring things out as I go along, I suppose. So when I'm in uni, I'm going to study fine art, which is something I've always been incredibly passionate about and drawn to. I love being creative, and I like pushing the boundaries of normal with my art. I like to play with the ideas of conformity and self-expression, and I like being inspired by music, and I'm trying to explore the human experience as an art piece, but I'm finding it particularly tricky because there isn't really a way to show the human experience just as like a piece. It's quite hard to conceptualize. That's the word I'm looking for. And I want an outlet for that. I want to show people my art. I want to show people my sketchbooks, help people out, because God knows how much those like GCSE sketchbook videos were useful back in the day. So I'll probably do like a little tour of some of my sketchbooks that I had in school. And I just kind of want a space online just to yap and talk about things and show off things and be like that. As I've grew up on the internet, and I've seen and looked up to people who've created these spaces online, which have just really been like so influencing, like people like Safi Nygaard and Dan and Phil, and you know, nowadays everyone who does the video essays. I'd like to personally thank everyone who's literally done an essay on anything about BoJack Horseman. You fueled me. And yeah, I'm on here because I want to feel more confident in things that I'm doing. I want to feel more outgoing, and I want to share things that I feel inspired by, and that just seems quite fun. And I want to create more art, and this might give me some sort of push to do more things. I think I need a push at the moment. I think I need something to something to stick to, so that's nice. And honestly, I'm not being funny, video editing is a skill that I need to learn. That's probably all for now, but it's been nice, and like I say, I'll probably be posting covers of things and while I figure out what I'm doing, so that would be nice. Alright, nice to meet you all. Bye bye.